Guys, NFL football is back. Regular season, game 1 starts tonight. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little bit of time since we had a talk, but we're about to get back in the swing of these things because NFL season is here, like I just announced. So let's get this party started. Gamblers grind. Full swing again. I haven't fully decided how I'm going to maneuver in regards to this scheduling and stuff, and how I'm going to do things, handle things in regards to differentiating them from the NBA stuff. I'm still working the kinks out, but I'm still going to bring you content though, because we're going to go through this NFL season together. We're going to try and make some millions, I say. All right. I plan on this season. This is actually the first time. The first season actually took NFL like super seriously, especially what I've been learning over the past couple months about my betting, sports betting. That's what you gotta do. You analyze and try and improve yourself, right? And I always thought NFL was easy to bet. I didn't really bet too much on things going into it. Let me just say it right now. I didn't really bet a whole bunch into it, but what I did bet, I actually was pretty decent. So now I'm actually gonna increase my bet output by a whole bunch this year compared to the past years. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens. But like I said, I'm not going to try and do something big, but I'm trying to make a whole bunch of units. I'll disclose that a little bit, all right? Either way, that being said, I want to make sure that I say this to you right now. Like I said, I'm a firm, adamant believer to not bet first 2 games of the season. I don't like to bet the first 2 games of the season because there are a lot of things that are changing, a lot of things that are different, a lot of things being configured. All right. So let me just give you a quick rundown for that before I get into these picks for tonight for the Baltimore Ravens game. Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs game. All right. 1, we have new schematics. People have left. People have came. Players are left, which I'll get into in a bit. Some players that stay the same. Some players are getting older. Some new guys are taking over old roles. There are new, not just in this team, but new head coaches, new offensive coordinators, new defensive coordinators, all 3. So there's a whole bunch of things that happen. Changes in management, changes in the way things happen. There's a lot of variables that I like to see before I really start committing the first 2. All right, first 2 games, and after that we start rolling. We start points to roll bets into the play because we have some kind of information what's actually happening going forward with current teams and that kind of stuff. All right. So all that being said, out the way, let's get into tonight's games. All right. So game. Just give you a heads up, I'm not going to do this one like this going forward too far, because I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff to try to prep up for the NFL season. And I'm not quite to where I want to be yet in regards to getting information and divulging my information. But I'm going to give you a little taste here, okay? Just a little something. All right, so talk about this here. Going into this game, right? This is the rematch. The rematch of the AFC championships from last year. Which, going into it, as we already know, if I recall correctly, there were negative 4.5 favorites. The Baltimore Ravens were. Why? Because the Baltimore Ravens were the better team at that time. The biggest thing about that is they had a much better offense. They scored more highly regularly than the Kansas City Chiefs. And they had a arguably better defense. I want to say arguably just because people are schematically there, but by the numbers, they had a better defense than the Kansas City Chiefs. All right. And the way they played in that last game was completely different from the entire time they were winning. Okay. So, I actually try to disprove and dissuade people from me considering the whole NBA's rigged, NFL's rigged, all kind of jive and good talk and shit like that. But if you want to be the conspiracy theorist and actually use something for that, this right here qualifies. The Baltimore Ravens were the number 1 team in rushing for the past 3 seasons. Number 1 team. They won most of the games by huge rushing, large margins. Who was number 1 in rushing? Lamar Jackson in the whole league. Just throwing it out there. He's what? By the way, about to break a record here too for the season. He's about to break a record for the quarterback rushing because who is that right now? Who is that right now? He's about to pass Russell Wilson at like 58 more yards, and he's gonna pass Michael Vick by like 150, 200 yards, something like that, and he's the number 1 all-time best rushing quarterback. Okay, but like I said, rushing game completely thrown away. But they did best the entire season to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. What's the number here? Let me look down my notebook here, okay? The exact number of rushing attempts was 16 times that the Baltimore Ravens ran in that game compared to 32 times by Kansas City Chiefs. All right. 16 to 32. Took them twice as many attempts for Kansas City Chiefs to out-yard them. Out-yard them by 8. 81 to 89. The rest of the time, I guess the OC, the offensive coordinator, or whoever the playmaker was for the Baltimore Ravens, decided they want to have Lamar Jackson outgun Patrick Mahomes. The fuck you doing, guys? What is that? Okay, so that being said, low scoring game. Baltimore Ravens had one of the highest defense. They kept every team. They had the best passing yards per attempt to 6.5 average or something like that. I forget. Something ridiculous, right? Something ridiculous. I wrote that part down. Just know it's phenomenal. They had number 1 best pass coverage. All right. That might have changed kind of, because the thing about this going to this game, this is why I brought the information up. Going to this game here, they do not have too many pieces change from that, okay, in regards to pass coverage. Pass coverage guys do there, if I recall correctly. I said that I think about the quarterbacks and the safeties, and I think the priors are there. I don't recall them being gone. But I do know that the Baltimore Ravens lead edge rusher, what's his name? I'm trying to remember if I look it down. He went to the Carolina Panthers. They traded to there to go do some work. What's the boy's name? Jadeveon Clowney. All right. Which, by the way, Clowney, if you want to follow a guy over there for potentially good bets for defensive output, he had his third best season on the defensive side out of 11 seasons, and the best of his last 5 seasons with the Baltimore Ravens. The last 5 years he played, the best season he had was last one. So they were doing some numbers, and he was the number 1 pass rusher. He had 9.5 sacks, 43 total touchdowns. Sorry, total tackles. That's including assists, okay? And but yeah, he's not there no more. So defensively, we gotta see what happens with who do you have in place of him. It was my boy. But yeah, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't write the boys down. I am sure remember off my head. Who was the guys that are replacing them? They're not bad. Like, they're not bad, but they're not him. You know what I'm saying? Who was the boys' names? I can't remember who it is. Okay. Either way, the two guys playing the outside, the weak side, the weak inline, strong linebacker and the weak linebacker, weak side linebacker, strong side linebacker, the weak side linebacker. Those two guys are the guys who are filling in for that guy now. Okay, for Clowney. That was the thing. So we'll see what happens in regards to the pass coverage. Pass edge rushing on the inside. Okay. And so that means in that regards, we're expecting, with that being the case, there to be a little more time, a little more breathing space for Mahomes to make magic happen, which is a good or bad thing. So it'll come down to more defensive output on the outside against the wide receivers to keep the passing game under wraps, all right? And but going on that side though, on the flip side, Kansas City Chiefs, they didn't really do too much to improve themselves. Everyone's talking all this wild nugget shit about the boy Xavier Tillman who came out, because he ran the fastest, the 4.2 at the combine, right? Faster than Tyreek Hill, right? But just because you run fast Tyreek Hill doesn't mean you're gonna be able to maneuver and do the same things that Tyreek Hill did. Because what Tyreek does in Miami, he was not doing over there in Kansas City. And they had two different roles there to some degree. And so now the biggest role about Xavier Tillman going into this is he's supposed to be covering, making the guys down low, which that's all they had, which is one of the reasons why the Kansas City offense was so bad last season, aside from actually missing the most catches for the season as a team, for the players, whatever. Xavier Tillman. Xavier Worthy, he's going to be opening up the outside so that people on the inside get more shots. And every now and then gets a long bomb, right? So that's actually a thing. Like tonight, that's actually one thing to say. Like, did I ever say it before? I'm going to make sure I say it again. I don't play my bet in these bets, all right? I must lay my bet. I'm probably making a list, just a little parlay, because it's, I forgot. Like I said before, about follow the promotions. Follow the promotions, do the promotions. I think they gave me like a no sweat bet up to $20 for the first 4 games of the season. I think it was something like that. They gave me. I don't know, but I'll play those off, right? So I'll play those. Probably put them in a little parlay just because shits and giggles. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not putting any like serious units on these games right now, because like I said, first two games of the season. First 2 weeks of the season. For every first 2 games of the season, I don't really like to touch anything with that. So, because I like more information going forward about what's actually happening in the current day compared to what happened last year. So like I said, a lot of changes happened, and even though on paper, Kansas City actually has a lot more better offensive maneuverability because you have Rashee Rice. He actually was popping off better towards the end of the season, and now he actually should be more of a mainstay going out there with who's else out there for the Kansas City Chiefs? Rashee Rice. There's McCaffrey, Deebo Samuels. I'm not talking about those guys though. Sorry. Whoa. I am on the wrong team there. I am horribly the wrong team. Who's out there with I'm going to look this up. I'm actually hurt my heart right now. Rashee Rice is out there. I can't think of the guy's name. The other wide receiver. Because Xavier Tillman is expected. He's already in the depth chart to be expected to be doing the wide receiver 3. All right. So with Rashee Rice, I'm expecting him to be number 2. Maybe number 1. Who we have here? Let me see what you did to me. I don't need to see all these people. I just see 2 teams. Put a game for the night. All right, just give me that. So who's here? Who my boys in this game? Nick Boat and no. Who? I really can't think of my guy's name. Yeah, Kelsey. They have him there, but that's for the more down low plays. You know what I'm saying? Who's the other receiver? I really can't think who it is. I'm actually hurting myself right now. Hurting my heart right now. I'm just thinking about this. All right, let's do that. Noah Gray. What was that? Yeah, I can do a little more time on getting these people. That's what I was saying about what I'm trying to do. Get ready for next time. For later on, is actually getting more knowing what these people next week or two. Like have everyone down to a science. Yeah, they got a whole bunch of guys in here. Pacheco, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm saying, like I said, everything was mostly down low. So whoever the other guy is, that matters. He's going to be there. More than worthy. He's going to be the wide receiver 3. He's going to be wide receiver 3 with the ability to burst out there and get a nice long wide shot. Hopefully get some shots. Because he's at negative 45 right now for over-under 40 yards. And I personally feel, even though his first game out, he's going to be looking to be a nice, good starter stuff at home. I don't want to say I think that's going to happen, but I think that the pass coverage is going to be a little better than what they're going to be expecting on this new guy. Because everyone knows about what he did at the combine, right? Everyone knows that. He's a fast guy. I stay on top of him. So I super see, like, he might catch one out there. He might get the 45 yards, but I think they're still going to not rely on him as a rookie yet and actually try to keep it a close, tight-knit game with Mahomes doing Mahomes stuff, you know? I don't foresee this being too high scoring game, but defensively, who's that? Defensively, Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, Justin Reed. Tackle, linebacker, and the safety for the Kansas City Chiefs all have been missing a crap ton of training camp and preseason games. So they're looking probably potentially be a little rusty coming into play. And they're a couple years in each. So I don't think that they're going to come and being the freshest, playing defensively with the proper conditioning to upset and stay there the entire time. So I think it's going to be a high scoring game, higher side on the Ravens side than the Kansas City Chiefs side. I'm not a believer in the Kansas City Chiefs offense being that dynamically drastic until they show me that's better than last year. I already knew for a fact last year Kansas City was basically like the Eagles, just with more grit. Philly won all the games through the skin of the teeth by just muscling their way through. And then they had a breakdown. But the thing is, I saw that breakdown happen the entire time. I just didn't think it'd be 5 of the last 6 games. Whereas here, they always had a very bad offense. Well, relatively bad offense that just made things happen. Kind of like the Steelers did. Did better results. So until they show me that they actually are capable of doing a lot more, Kansas City that is, I'm not going to be a believer in the offense being much stronger just because they have one other guy who could open up the playability a little better, okay? Show me that. So going to this, I want to say be careful. I really want to say be careful betting this. If you guys bet this, I know some people are trying to bet this. Just be careful betting. This is still speculative stuff. We're still waiting to see what happens. Just the first game or two, just going to be trying new things out, getting accustomed to things. So remember, too, that Derrick Henry is also on the Ravens side. He's the backup. Like, I guess, like, if they had him last AFC Championship game, I think they probably ran a little more, maybe, because I guess they would maybe don't want to get Lamar hurt. Because now Lamar Jackson has lost weight for better health and more agility, but it also makes them more delicate and being hit by people, you know what I'm saying? So Derrick Henry can muscle things out, muscle things through. I foresee him doing a decent amount of yards, hopefully utilize them. Oh, yeah, go into that. So now that we're at the end of this, I actually spent a lot of time talking about this by accident. I foresee, if you're going to bet anything, these are my picks for the moment, okay? With a little bit of information I have available. I don't foresee there being a whole bunch of big dramatic stuff happening, right? I foresee the win going to Baltimore Ravens because the Ravens have something to prove to everyone and to themselves, and they're probably bitter. I mean, I'm sure they're bitter. They're my team's rivals, Steelers, all right? So, we've been playing them for years. We know how rugged stuff they could be. They should be coming back in and dominating this match. I don't foresee this game being a blowout. I don't foresee this game actually being over 50 points. I don't foresee the Chiefs actually doing more than what they did last year. Just because I think they have more options. I think the options are gonna fall flat today. That's one of the biggest things I'm thinking of. And Derrick Henry's gonna actually run the ball. The Ravens are actually gonna control the ball and run the ball and do what they're supposed to have done, because they should have blew them out last year. Point blank period. They should have just completely wrecked them. Regardless of what they say about Patrick Mahomes, they should have completely wrecked them. I foresee this game just going out there. I foresee this game probably being like a 28 to 17 game. So that money line, which is last I checked was plus 130, I'm all for that betting. That said, it's just I'm probably gonna make a parlay. I'm gonna give you the picks that I'm leaning towards, because people are still gonna bet actual legit units on this. I'm probably gonna throw a half unit on one parlay called it a day. That's gonna be my parlay. The money line. I should have went to the picks first. I was just there. So the money line was currently says at plus 128 now. Usually it was at plus 130 a couple hours ago. The spread changed too. The spread changed to, it was plus 3, but now it's plus 2.5, which unfortunately that's actually a little bad in my personal opinion, but I'm still on because that's now a field goal can be a deal breaker compared to a field goal being a tie. So 2.5, I'm on that spread side. If you want to play the spread, get that right now at DK for 100 or plus 100, and the over under 46.5. What did I say the point score? What's this score going to be? I said 28 to 17. 28 to 17. That's 45 points. Bam! That's an under. Yeah. Good thing I called that. That's not called that. Well, wait, mark that words here, okay? 28-17 is what I'm calling. Baltimore Ravens. They should be winning this game by a large margin. And even though Kansas City or the champions, whatever, I fully respect that and all the good job and jazz. But I still am under the helm that Ravens were the better team last year, and they should have won that. I don't know what the hell happened. We're going to talk about conspiracy theory the more we did that already. And let's see what's going for it. So like I said, the picks I'm making with that, Baltimore Ravens going to win this. It's going to be under 46.5. And there was 2 other ones. I'm feeling quite froggy. I don't believe, unless the guy has a good run, catch a run, he has to show me. That's what I'm going to actually do. I'm going to have the information more available, because I don't know what the boy, right? Worthy. I don't know what the boy Worthy did in college, and how much of a YTD, yards after a yak is, yards after completion, he's known for, because that's the difference. I think would be the biggest difference between him and Tyreek Hill, is that the yards of the completion is going to be the carrying difference between the two. I think he need to be explosive, because that's the thing. Worthy's going to be making Kansas City more explosive on the offense. That's the intention. So, jump out there and get the big catch. Not get a quick catch and run it for 35, 40 yards. You need to run out 35, 40 yards and catch a catch. That's what I foresee him doing. All right. If he does this game. Actually, I don't see this thing. I am on the underside. That's the other thing, too. Under 45 yards receiving. That's my point I've read at Worthy. Because I think this Baltimore Ravens defense is going to keep clip his wings right now. I think it's going to happen this first game. Going forward, though, I think he's going to be much better. I say probably game 3 or 4 on. I think he'd be smoking cats, smoking teams. All right, but not yet. This first game in, playing against the hard defense, playing which was arguably the best team last year. Best complete team, Baltimore Ravens. I don't see Worthy doing what he needs to do against this team. So that's the other pick. So like I said, Baltimore Ravens win this with the under 46.5, under 45 yards for Worthy. And the last one I'm thinking about, I'm not too sure if I'm going to give it to Derrick Henry or Lamar Jackson or both, because they should be running this game to make up for last game. The rushing yards should be over 180, 200 yards this game to make up for last game. With passing yards can be there too, but it should be what the Bills did to Kansas City when they played last. Yeah, when they played last, and they wrecked them. They ran the ball into their throats. That's what should be happening to Baltimore Ravens, because Kansas City, they were what, number 12 in rushing defense? I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me know down in the comments below, because I don't feel like checking it out right now. So that there's a couple injuries and there was nothing noteworthy of happening. All the mainstream people are usually popping off. That's the biggest thing. We have a whole bunch of Hollywood Brown. He's missing, but that was the wide receiver I was thinking about. He's out. Which adds more to the flavor of what we're saying. I don't think they're going to be scoring that high of a scoring game because they lost one of the wide receivers. Bada bing, bada boom. So I say Pacheco, he might be going to do some work. We'll see what happens, though. But either way, those are my 5 picks for my parlay. Baltimore win under 46.5 points with the under 45 yards for Worthy, with the under. I didn't say, yeah, fuck, I'm doing both. Lamar Jackson, wherever he has, let's just say over 25 yards. I'm not sure what his number is right now. But I'm pretty sure it's be something respectable knowing him. Because my thing is a little slow right now. It's irking me. And same thing with Derrick Henry. I think right now they had Derrick Henry's over 9.5. Let me actually quick find that one, so I can actually finish off. And this is a 30-minute long video, guys. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I'm trying to rush this stuff in before it's too late. So hope you guys listen to at least some of this, get the information at the end. I timestamped the picks down below. I'll put it in the comments below, so in case you guys don't actually watch the whole thing. Let me see what rushing yards are for my boys. Or it might be in the pass and catch. Over under 49.5 yards for Lamar. That's kind of spicy. Over 63.5 rushing yards for Derrick Henry. Like I said, I'm expecting like 150, 200 yards rushing. So, will I say both of them hit that? That's going to be subjective. I got to figure out what my, Derrick Henry's role is going to be. Because I feel it's going to be a third down to red zone runner. A lot. I got to look into this, the double check to make sure. So I said, give me like another couple of days to actually have more information. I know exactly what I'm doing my picks. Because I want it to be so clean this year. Oh, baby. So, like I said, that being said, that was for the clean one. Let me put the other one. Before it gets too late. Where's the longest reception? Longest pass, longest rush. rushing yards, rushing targets, rushing attempts, rush plus receiving yards. Let's go with that one. That actually might be a number instead. Yeah, let's leave it at that for now. Under 76.5. Actually, because you do any screens on that, so to rush. Over 73.5 rushing and receiving yards. Actually, I like that a little better. I'm not gonna lie, I like that a little better. So, those are the picks. Baltimore Ravens, the win, under 46.5 points, with the under 45 yards receiving for Worthy, over 73.5 rushing and receiving yards for Derrick Henry, and over 49.5 rushing yards for Lamar Jackson. Those are the picks. If you're going to bet anything, which I don't recommend you guys bet anything, I want to see what's going on happen first, but against this defense, if it's off right now, that's what I'm looking at right now. And since I'm making a parlay, that's what it's going to be. So I just got to know. Now, we'll see. We'll just hit. We'll talk about it next time, you know what I'm saying? But I don't recommend betting these games. If you're going to bet, if you don't want to bet, don't be on the fence. Just save it for next time, guys. All right. That being said, let's go ahead and make some money, guys. Welcome back, NFL season. Let's go.